Evoyana.
My name is Sandra Hazel.
My name is Yvette.
My name is Wong.
And in this video, we will talk about topic 1, which is about Introduction to Microeconomics. And if you want to know further, please watch our next video.
Okay, so what is economics? Economics starts with the word scarcity. But what is scarcity? Scarcity is the idea that we cannot have everything we want. As much as we'd like to have, there are limits that keep us from having everything. What are these limits? Scarce resources. Why are these resources scarce? Because they're hard to find. Money is a great example. Let's say you want a phone and a laptop, but you don't have enough money to buy both. You're forced to choose between the two. Even if you have enough money to buy both, you'll still have to choose between buying those things or buying other stuff. What I'm trying to say is that you can never have enough money, which makes it a scarce resource. Time is another scarce resource. Suppose you need to work, but you also want to play on your Xbox. You can go to work, or you can play video games, but you can't do both at the same time. Of course, you can do one after the other, but there's only 24 hours in a day. By doing one thing, you'll have to cut another thing from your schedule. So, what is economics? Economics is a study of how people make decisions, given the resources, scarce resources, that are provided to them. But it's not just about people. It's also how businesses and governments make decisions as well. Economics is a study of how our society as a whole uses its resources.
Hello guys, how are you? Okay, what is the meaning of economy? Let's go ask some people. Excuse me, miss? Excuse me, can I have your time, please? Oh, okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can I have your time?
Yes.
What do you understand about economy in general?
Okay, in my opinion, economy is social science concerned with product, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. It studies on how individuals, business, and government and nations make choices are collecting on their wants and needs.
Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you. As what you just mentioned just now, economics means production, distribution, and how the use of goods and service. Or in a simple definition, it is the study of how people meet their needs. And maybe one of you might wondering what is the difference between microeconomy and macroeconomy. In microeconomy, the analysis is more simple if compared to macroeconomy. Macroeconomy is a very large and it's a very complex analysis because it focuses in a larger group. And in microeconomy, we have scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. And my friend, the next video will explain to you, so please watch for the next video.
Guys, scarcity is the limited availability of a commodity which can be in demand in the market or the commons. Scarcity also includes an individual lacks of resources to buy commodities. So, in this situation, both of them only have 10 ringgit. So, they decided to buy detergent, shampoo or tissue, but they not enough resources. So, this girl will decided to buy Clorox, which is cost 6 ringgit 10 cents. While for choice is ability of consumer or producer to decide which good, service or resource to purchase or provide from a range of possible options. So in this situation, she will decide to choose Clorox instead of shampoo or tissue. Lastly, for the opportunity cost, the definition of opportunity cost is the thing that is given up when given a choice. So in this situation, this girl need to give up her 10 ringgit, which is already keep it to buy her credit, but she used it to buy clothes instead. So, in this microeconomic, we have graph called Production Possibility Frontier or PPF, which my friend will explain in the next video. Thank you.
In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about the production possibilities frontier. This is also often called a production possibilities curve. This is a single economy, and the purple line represents output at full capacity or efficient output. A few assumptions. It assumes production over a specific time period, like 1 year. Inputs are fixed during this time period. Technology does not change during this time period. We'll talk about technology changes at the end of this video. If this too good economy produces at level A, X1 is produced and Y1 is produced. If at point B, Y2 is produced and X2 is produced. At points A and B, the economy is at full capacity. In fact, anywhere along the purple curve, the economy is at full capacity. This purple line is called a frontier because the economy can't produce beyond this point. It doesn't have the technological capability, so it's like a frontier that it can't go beyond. At point C, the economy is less than capacity and it's an inefficient point. In fact, anywhere in the gray area would be underutilized economy less than capacity. Now, point D is beyond capacity. The economy is not capable of producing at that level unless there's a technological change that shifts the entire production possibilities frontier out. Notice the curve is bowed out, and I'm going to discuss that now. Now imagine the economy producing where that gray dot is, and it gives up 10 units of Y to produce 40 units of X now. So this production level has moved to this new point. Doing that, the economy got a big bang, right? Didn't give up a lot of Y and got a lot of X. Now if the economy shifts again, gives up 10, and it moves to this new level of production, what you can see is it got less than 40 X, but it still had to give up 10 units of Y. We call this the law of increasing relative cost. And if we continue on, each time the economy gives up 10, it gets less and less X. My dot's getting a little bit ahead of myself. I need to get all this populated. One more. There we go. Let me put on all the 10s too. There, put one there, there. Okay, great. Notice the last X is a lot less than 40 and it goes down every time. Even though I'm always giving up 10 Y, I'm getting less X each time. Now let me explain this again a different way. Now, at that level of production right there where the gray dot is, so how much does the economy have to give up? The Y, how much Y does it have to give up to move to this point? It has to give up 30 to get 40X. Now, if the economy gives up 60Y, it only gets 20X. The economy has to give up more and more Y to get the same X. Opportunity cost, or what you give up, increases. Opportunity cost increases. You have to give up more Y to get the same X. Now imagine the agricultural economy in 2010 now, I guess almost 2011, but let's say 2010. Let me put that in there. And think of all the technological advances for agricultural products. In 1800, the production possibilities frontier was just about there. Horses pulled plows, and agriculture was limited technologically. By 1920, the whole curve shifts out, and the reason that is because we got tractors, we have irrigation systems, we have sophisticated agriculture now, and it actually is producing more. The frontier shifted out. And by 2010, we have giant tractors, we have fertilizers, we have pesticides, we have a lot of science, and we have sophisticated irrigation systems. So we see the curve has shifted out since 1800. Let me go ahead and fade out all these words here if I can. Here we go. There we go. And now technology increases, we see the production possibilities frontier gradually shifts out over a couple centuries. And there's more to come, and good luck.
Hello guys, as we know, the current issue that we usually heard is student financial problem. So let's take a look. For example, this girl has problem in her financial studies. The cause of her financial problem is first is time management. Usually, college courses require too much effort. For example, 15 hours credit hours in one semester. Then it must be possible for the students. And for the solution, you must know your own limit in fixing your budget in studies. The second cause of students' financial problems is social problems. Okay? For example, shopping. These shopping habits will lead to social relations that become a distraction in students' life. How to overcome these issues? Okay, firstly, we need to increase spending awareness. You must spending and consider about spending money habits with only cash. Secondly is identify expense that you can reduce. Look for ways to decrease your spending for the utilities. And identify the product service you can no longer need and not the ones that we need. Thank you.
As we now can see, in microeconomics, there are concepts, scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost, which is including PPF graph. The knowledge that we gain from the topic, we can know about what we need and what we want. Apart from that, we also can learn how to draw a graph, which is concept of price and quantity of the product. Last but not least, the benefit that we can gain from this topic is we can adapt all this information in our real life. Besides that, we also can be a knowledgeable person in economics. That's all from us. Thank you.
Can bye bye.